Are you an Australian business owner and you are ready to hire a virtual assistant, but you don't know the steps to take? In today's video, I'm going to take you through the 5 steps that you need to take to hire a virtual assistant if you're an Australian business owner. And the 5th one is the most important. You cannot hire a VA if you don't do this step. So make sure to stay till the very end. I also am going to give you a 10% discount code on something that might be really helpful for you if you are thinking about hiring a virtual assistant. So make sure to stay to the end. This is only the 3rd video that I'm making on my channel, so please make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell, because I'm obviously trying to grow my channel. I want to bring you so much value, and so every week when I release new videos, you're going to get updates on everything to do with virtual assistants, hiring, outsourcing, all of that jazz. Hey, my name is Taylor. I am the co-founder of Outsource Monkey. We are a virtual assistant service. I am also a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses. There's a lot going on all of the time, but I have been working with virtual assistants for up to 4 years now, and I have seen the amazing effects that it can have on your business in terms of giving you time freedom, financial freedom, all of the things. Like, virtual assistants help you achieve those. So that's why we started this business. That's why I started this channel, because I want to teach you how you can do the same. Anyway, enough about me. Let's dive into the video. Okay, so the first step that you need to take if you are ready to hire a virtual assistant is to identify the tasks that you want to outsource to them. So obviously, before you go ahead and find somebody, you need to be really clear about what you want them to take over. The more specific that you can be at this stage of the process, the better, because we really want to focus on finding a VA that is a specialist in those specific tasks that you really want them to do. So you can go ahead and brainstorm some ideas on the actual tasks that you want them to take over, but also the main things that you want them to be responsible for, because it's really great to actually give them something to be responsible for. Let's say, for example, your social media. They're going to be solely responsible for your social media. Then you can go ahead and set KPIs for that as well. So KPIs for social media could be things like engagement rate, follow count, comments, like those sorts of things could be KPIs for your VA. So go ahead and identify the specific tasks that you want them to take over and what they're going to be responsible for, and then you can set the KPIs and sort of outline their responsibilities. So step number 2 in hiring a virtual assistant is to go ahead and create a list of skills that you want your VA to have. So obviously, there's different things that they're going to be skilled in. There's hard skills, and this is things like being able to use particular types of softwares, being able to do data entry, or you might want them to have really good typing skills or really good copywriting skills for writing emails. But then there's also soft skills as well. So these can be things like really organized, really great attention to detail. You might want them to have really great leadership skills, or to be really compassionate because they're going to be your team leader for your HR department. We basically just need to define what sort of skills you want your VA, the hard skills you want them to have, and the soft skills that you want them to have before we go and look for candidates, because you need to know what you're looking for once you start interviewing people, right? Okay, so step number 3 in how to hire a virtual assistant is to actually start the hiring process. So there's basically different stages of this, and you need to qualify virtual assistants at every different stage. So the first stage is your actual job description. So based on the tasks that you want them to be doing, which was step 1, and based on the skills that you want them to have, which was step 2, we can go ahead and craft a job description for somebody. And it really needs to explain everything about the role, what you want them to be responsible for. It's going to have their tasks that they need to be completing. It's going to have their salary, their hours, and then also how they can apply. So it's always great in the how to apply section. They obviously need to send you their resume, examples to previous work, and we always get them to do a personality test as well, and English and spelling and grammar tests, just to make sure that they're up to scratch and proficient in all of the things that we need. And the personality test is basically just because there are certain roles that VAs will be more suited to based on their personalities. So we will go ahead and judge that based off their strengths and the weaknesses of their particular personality type. We get them to do the 16 personalities test by Myers-Briggs. So you can go ahead and get your VA to do the same if you want to, or potential VAs. You're basically going to need to start sifting through and sorting all of the applications that you get. So going through all of the portfolios and going through all of the resumes and the English and spelling and grammar tests and the personality tests. Like, you need to go through all of them and decide, okay, yes, I might want to interview that person, or definitely no, or definitely yes, I want to interview that person. And start to shortlist all of the candidates so that you can then know, okay, if I've got 3 hell yeses and only 2 of them reply, but I still want to maybe interview 3 to 4 candidates, I can interview 2 to 3 people from the maybe pile, if that makes sense. So make sure that you start to sort through everything and start to create a short list of the candidates for the job interview process. And so then everybody who passes the test for the shortlist, you can then go ahead and interview those people. So I would recommend going to Google and just Googling some interview questions if you're not sure of how to interview somebody. If you've never interviewed someone before, there's lots of resources online that will help you prepare for that. Prepare the questions ahead of time, and when the VA is typing on the call, just type all of their answers into a spreadsheet so that you can then go back at the end after you've interviewed everyone and look at all of the answers that they gave and decide on the best candidate. I wouldn't recommend hiring the first candidate that you interview. Make sure that you interview at least 3 to 4 people. Even if you feel like you've found a really great fit, there might be somebody that is actually better. So make sure you do multiple interviews with people, ask them questions about their strengths, their weaknesses, why they think they'd be a great fit for this job, all of that sort of stuff. If you want to, you can also go ahead and give like the last 2 candidates, if you want to see their quality of work, you can give them a test task. So I wouldn't recommend a test task taking longer than maybe 1 to 2 hours. And definitely you have to pay them for their time. Like, you have to pay them for that test task. But go ahead and get them to do a test task so that you can see the quality of work, and then you'll be able to decide on the perfect candidate. So step number 4 in hiring your virtual assistant, you basically need to analyze all of the data after your interview. As I mentioned, put it all into a spreadsheet and then sit down. If you got them to do test tasks, that's great as well. Sit down and look at all of the answers that they gave in their interview, what to their strengths and their weaknesses. Look at their examples of previous work that they sent to you. Look at the test tasks that they did. And then based on all of that, you will be able to find the perfect candidate. You should have sort of a gut feeling as to whether you think they're a good fit or not. But if you don't have that gut feeling, step number 5 is definitely going to help you with that. Before we dive into step number 5 though, I want to just let you know that if you have any questions about hiring a VA, if you have anything that you're like, oh my gosh, I just don't understand, or I'm not sure how to do this part, please pop them in the comments below and I will be able to help you out. I would absolutely love to know all of your questions about hiring a virtual assistant so that I can help you. Now, step number 5, the one that I mentioned you probably wouldn't expect, is to actually apply the 80-20 rule to all of the candidates that you have. So, as I said before, you don't want to just hire the first virtual assistant that you interview. You also don't want to go ahead and hire the virtual assistant that just like has the most impressive resume and has worked for the most impressive companies. You need to look at their hard skills and their soft skills, and really from an energetic level, like, do you feel like they would be a good fit to work with you and your current team? Because they're going to be somebody that is very involved in you, in your life and in your business. So they need to not just have like all of these really impressive qualifications, they need to be a good fit on a personality level as well for you and your business. So when I say apply the 80-20 rule, what I mean is hire according to 80% personality and 20% of their qualifications, because you can't teach people to have good values and good attributes to their personality, right? Well, it's a lot harder to teach that versus teaching somebody how to put data into an Excel spreadsheet or how to use a particular type of software. So hire based on 80% personality, 20% of their actual qualifications and what they can do for you and your business, because you can teach that stuff, but you can't teach personality. Now, if all of this process is sounding a little bit too time consuming, if you're listening to this video and you're thinking, oh my God, I really can't be bothered to do this, or oh my gosh, I don't have time, or I don't know how, it's too stressful, it's fine. Don't stress. We've got you covered. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I run Outsource Monkey with my partner, and we are a virtual assistant service that will pair you with a virtual assistant based on what you need in your business. So if you want us to do all of the heavy lifting, like literally all we would do, get on a call together, you tell me what you need, and then we will find the perfect VA for you based on all of the skills that you mentioned, and then we'll just put you in a Slack channel together and you guys will be able to communicate and take it from there. If you want us to do all of that heavy lifting for you in terms of the job description and the interview process and going through all of the candidates and making a short list, just email me. Let me know. hello@outsourcemonkey.com.au. Let me know that you watched one of my videos on YouTube. I'll give you 10% off our virtual assistant service. Prices start at 600 Australian dollars per month plus GST, and that's for 2 hours per day. We have part-time. If you want to go up to full-time, our sort of top tier package, it's 1,900 Australian dollars per month plus GST. So if that is something that you are interested in, please go ahead, shoot me an email, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because this is a new channel. I'm trying to build it. I'm trying to share all of the knowledge, everything to do with hiring, virtual assistants, outsourcing, and I need your support in doing that. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get weekly notifications as to when we put out new videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with your friends if you did, if it was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and until the next video, I'll see you later. Bye.